I Wish began the evening after a Motown picnic. I went to Crystal, and we started on this piano, and we started the first track with the keyboards. After we did the keyboards, I then put a drum track down. We beat this thing. We kicked it down, on the ground. Come on, work, thing, so I said. It refused. It's quiet right now, actually. But once it gets the tape, you turn it off, you work it again, you know what's gonna happen. So, here's time. We went to the 90s on this particular sound. This is a simulation of you know, the sound we're gonna use from the ARP synthesizer. So you got to work with what you got to work with. So we'll work with this. Okay? Cool. So now that we've done the first part, we're going to do a second part, and after that, a third part. Now, the reason for us doing this, even though this is a polyphonic keyboard, we're doing it monophonically so that we have more control. I have more control of the individuality of each part. If I decided to bend a particular note that I didn't decide to bend the first time, it gives it its own kind of character. So this is the second of 3. And after 3, we're gonna do another time, which is none. Okay, here we go. Go back again, I got rushed. I rushed it. This is the third and final pass. And if I mess up on this one, I'll kick my own. Ask me no question, tell you no lie. Okay. I put down the ARP, which we weren't able to get working on the actual presentation today, but that was the next thing that I did. We did 3 different tracks of the ARP. I did the low part first, then the middle part, and then the high part, which is the melody that I used. After doing that, Nathan Watts put down his bass part. Called in the horn players as we had in this demonstration here. The only difference is On the session, we used the late Ray Maldonado, who played trumpet. But we are fortunate to have the talents of Larry Giddens to perform, and who actually had played on some of the stuff that we had done later on, but Larry Giddens on this particular presentation. So we used Trevor Lawrence, Hank Red, Steve Medea, and on the record, Ray Maldonado, and on this presentation, Larry Giddens.
The way it was mixed, the way the horns were so crisp and had that presence to it. I mean, these guys, Steve Medea, Hank Red.
Trevor, where are you, Trevor?
Come on over here, Trevor. Talking about you.
Come on over here,
Magnificent.
Talking about the horn section.
Talking about, I wish the sound of that horn section, and you three guys, man, were killing it, man. Ray Maldonado is going now, but it was
The wall, it's really nasty sounding.
Yeah, it was. It was.
The wall of sound.
Incredible. Incredible. Hot horn section.
The thing with I Wish, which I found out just recently, I didn't get a credit for playing drums. Didn't I play drums on I Wish?
Okay, Steve.
That's messed up. You did.
We're sorry.
Stevie is from that old mold of black people that really believe that anybody can do anything they want to do.
It really is a place where you wish those days would come back. You know, you have those moments where you want to go back to that period. And I think he captured it for us, in I just think a very special way. Very special, unique way.
I wish when that came out, that was around the time I first started going to parties. And we would stand on the wall. We would stand with our backs on the wall. And everybody was, you know, we were young, so we'd be kind of scared to dance, especially with the lights on. But when I Wish came on, you had to dance.
Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy, then my only worry was for Christmas what would be my toy. Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy they would bring. Sneaking out the back door, hang out with those who love with mine. Ooh. Reading at the back door, but I thought I told you not to go outside.
thought was one of the best works he's done that has come out. Because we all know that this,
what's in the can?
we know what's in the can. And I remember sitting on Vine and Sunset with Steve in the car and actually turning the stations and hearing it on every station. All at the same time, which is pretty phenomenal. And just being part of it, because I went out on tour with these guys later, but Steve and I were really good friends for a long time, but I always felt as though these guys were family. And to have a part and to participate in this record, which I think is a landmark record in music history, is a great experience.
You can listen to it 20 years later, it's still just a great record.
Yeah,
and when it
it
came
is.
out, it's so different than anything that was happening at the time, and it just sort of changed the whole music thing into another dimension. It took it to another place. Forget Stevie, for everybody.
I just feel that as much as we have been blessed and honored with the opportunity of creating music and them engineering, it's almost like when they used to ask Duke Ellington what is his most favorite song or his greatest song, he would say, I haven't written it yet. I just think there's so much more that we'll all do. But it is definitely a time and a space that we cannot ever forget.
Oh,